Work Camping at Cutty's, Des Moines Camping Resort, 2012.
Well, here I am. Hi. I've got my bag with my survival kit for the day at work, and I am walking up to work, which is right there. So it's not like I have to walk a long ways from my trailer. Which is not that Hitchhiker Premier, but it's that XL that's just sticking out behind there. But anyway, it's a very short distance for me to work. And as far as work camping goes, it's kind of fun working the fee booth because I get to meet all kinds of different people. And Cutty's is such a wonderful resort. That's the clubhouse down there, and you can see the lake in the distance. That's an 11-acre lake, and yes, there are fish in it. We do catch and release so that we keep fish in it. One of my first things that I have to do when I get here in the morning is check the site cars to see who has checked out overnight and left their card, and there's nothing in there. So either they haven't checked out or they just haven't let us know. Also, we've got a gal here who does a wonderful job on keeping all these beautiful plants planted, cleaned up, and alive. And now it's time for me to unlock the door and go in and go to work. So that's the end of this portion of the video. Okay, I am now inside. You can see my shadow there too. Hi. And this is the front. There's a television, and I see that they've left the converter box on again. I always turn it off because, well, I hate having all that extra noise going on while I'm trying to talk to human beings, so I'll turn the converter box off. Then I'll pick up the trash from last night. That's one of the last things that the evening shift person does, is to vacuum and clean up the trash, and then not sure whether that recorded that or not. Alright, this is the inside of the fee booth. This is where the customers stand to sign in, get a menu, a map, check the calendar to see how long they want to stay, read the sign that says that checkout is no later than 3, and usually they grab some candy. There's a map of the city of Des Moines with a large thing where Cutty's is, right on the northwest corner. Alright, now the first thing I have to do is wake up the screen. Cancel these different things. And enter my ID and password, which I'm not going to let you see, so you look this way for a while. And then I have to wait for it to think a minute to see whether it's going to recognize that it is I or not. In the meantime, you look at this stuff over here. That's part of our surveillance cameras. The all-important bathroom. And this really does seem to be going very slowly. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of this portion. Oh, there it did. It says that I have successfully punched in. So now I am officially at work. So I can close that down. And open our Cutty's program. Then I need to come over to the key box and grab the key to the security golf cart, and we'll go get that. So that's the end of this portion. Okay, we're on the road again. I have mail that needs to go out to the mailbox. So once again, I'm on the golf cart and headed back up toward the fee booth and across, taking my life in my hands to cross the road to the mailbox. And there's some more of these are seasonal sites. These people have these spots without having to move from April through October. Most of them will keep them for the following year and actually keep their units in storage on the spot through the winter. Some, of course, will give up their seasonal spot and go back to having just a regular move every 2 weeks sort of spot. And here's a sign that simply says Cuttys. So if you didn't know what it was, you probably wouldn't know what it is. Unless, of course, you look around and you see all of the RVs. And I see back here in the distance that there's a fifth wheel coming up, getting ready to leave. Well, I've got to go run across the street, go play in traffic for a little bit. And because it's that time of day when other people are going to work, it gets kind of busy along here sometimes. Okay, I've successfully navigated going across the road twice without getting hit, and I'm now turning around and going back to the fee booth. And while I was putting the mail in the mailbox, there was a fifth wheel that did leave. I don't think they stopped up here and left anything in the sight box, but I will check that out. Hey, we are here once again. And no, there's nothing in the box, which means that I don't know that they've checked out, and so they won't be taken off of the computer until the person goes around this afternoon and does the site check. So now we start unlocking and opening up for business. You have to remove the crash bar from behind this door, open it. We're going to close the gate out here, and go open this gate here. And here are the rules for the camp club, the big ones. And when they come in, they have to drive past this sign, no matter whether they come through the gate that I've just opened or they come through the key card gate. Members all have the option of having a gate key that will open that gate at any time. So when they come in, they have to see the sign. It's right there, it's huge. And so just by driving past it, it's assumed that they have agreed to abide by all of the rules. So, I'm back into fee booth, put the key down, and start making this my own. The first thing I do is I move the short chair over here, and I pick up the longer chair and move it here because, well, I'm a big guy and I like to be sitting up instead of down in that little hole. Okay, so I'll need to actually log on to this so you don't get to see that part. Alright, I have successfully logged on to the Cutty's campground program, and so that's what our screen looks like. A kind of a representation of where different sites are located in the campground, although it doesn't show the lake at all, and really isn't that accurate, and I really would rather that it was just in alphanumerical order rather than trying to do this pictographic representation. I have moved things around a little bit. Oh, and there's the phone for me, so I better answer that. Okay, so I just answered the phone here. Now the other thing I have to do when I'm starting up in the morning is I have to take the phone off of call park, which means it goes off of voicemail. Then I need to go around and check my supplies. We've got plenty of paper in there. I'll pick up some more site cards to go into that printer. Check over here on the credit card printer. That's okay for now. And the calculator's got taped, so we're good to go there. Alright, go pick up some cards for the site card printer. That should be enough. Now, at the bottom of these cards is a little thing that says return this copy to gate security or drop off in their box upon checkout. Because people don't pay attention when we tell them to do that, and it is written on there, I have started highlighting it. As you'll notice, these ones that are in the printer have a highlight over it, and so I will highlight these before I put them in there. Now, the next thing that I need to do is to check the money box. I should have $100 to start the day off. So I need to count my pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, ones, and fives. So you'll have to excuse me. Here we go. You don't get to see this part either. Okay, I have counted my drawer and everything is fine there. I have these free ice cream certificates to hand out to people when they check in or they pay for their electric. We also take that. That's what that sheet of paper hanging there is all about. It's whoever owes for their electric for their seasonal sites. Now I have to go around and read the notes. Now we have a place over here on the bulletin board that says, Gatehouse workers, please read. And so this is the place that the notes are supposed to be posted. But these notes that are up there are ones that are just general notes that have been up there for years. So what actually happens is that we get notes like this, which are taped onto the side of the door. They're stuck randomly all over the place. I never know where I'm going to find notes that I need to look at. Taped onto the computer. Some obviously have fallen off. More notes here. More notes stuck on this printer. Stuff buried underneath other things here. I may even find notes over here, which right now I don't see. Except that here's two really important notes. I don't know who's going to catch it if the toilet actually does run. And are we supposed to clean it while it's running? I don't understand. Now, a good share of my day is taken up with this. The phone will ring and I'll go, "Good morning, thank you for calling Cuttys. This is Tom. How may I help you?" "Transfer you to the office?" "Certainly." And then I reach over and I hit the button for the office. "Transfer you to the store?" "Certainly." And then answering questions about, "Do you have a site for us?" "Yes." The answer is always yes. We always have sites available. On the busiest day of the year, we have some place to put you. Now, the other question that I ask when they say, "Do you have a site available?" is, yes, are you a Cuttys member? Because we are a members-owned private camping club. And so you must be either a member or a guest of a member. We also do honor some of the national clubs for short-term stays, clubs such as Coast to Coast, Passport America, President's Club, those type of things, but not Good Sam's for some reason. So most of the people that call already know that because they've looked us up in their Passport America book or their Coast to Coast book. However, I do have to tell some people, I'm sorry, we do not let people in just off the street. You have to be a member to come in here. And then they ask, well, how do you become a member? So then I give them the number of our salesperson and let him explain all of that because, well, for one thing, I don't remember all the pricing and stuff, and he'll set them up with a couple of free nights when they can come in and go camping, and he will give them a guided tour of all of the facilities here, which are many. Okay, so what just happened there was I saw somebody coming up the drive pulling their RV, so they were ready to check out. So I went out to greet them and to get their site cards. So now I need to go to the screen here and check them out. So the first thing I do is I look at the site card. It says what site they are on. Then I look on the computer over here and I find that spot and I hold my cursor over it and it gives me down at the bottom of the screen. Just a second, I will show you. Let's see, I may have to stop. Okay, so site cards. I look and I see what the site number is here. Then I look over on my computer screen and I find that spot, put my cursor over it, and then down here at the bottom it tells me the name of that person. Then I go back to my site card and I verify that yes, that is that person. Because sometimes people switch over and they don't change the thing on the site card, so we got to make sure both that, and then I click on that and I click on check out, and yes, I do want to check them out, and they are due out today, so that's fine. There, we're done. Okay, I'm going to kind of walk you through the process that happens when somebody comes up to the fee booth to check in. The very first thing we do is find out, are they a Cuttys member, a guest of a member, or possibly one coming in for the 2 free nights of camping to take the tour to become a member, or are they one of the national clubs? We now know that they can come in, or they can't, one of the two. If they are to come in, then we ask them, have you been here before? If they've been here before, it's possible that they have a spot in mind where they'd like to be. If they haven't been here before, then we show them the map and we say, we have over 500 sites here. Over half of those are non-seasonal sites and open for you to choose from. And some are considered prime sites because of their location. On this map, they are in pink because they're either along the lake, which are considered prime sites, or up near Main Street, where all of the activities take place. If they are interested in a prime site, we assign them a prime site. Okay, so we first find out what type of site they want. Do they want to be, usually in the summer, I will say, do you want satellite or shade? So in other words, do you want to be out in the open or under a tree? So that helps us determine what kind of site that they'd be in. Do you want to be in where all the activities are going on, or would you rather be away from where all the activities are going on? So we try and pick those. We also need to know whether they want full hookup. Of the over 250 sites that they can choose from, over half of those are full hookup. Every site has at least water and electric. We have no sites that are non-water, non-electric. So that's always a thing. We do have, of the full hookup sites, some are 30 amp, most are 50 amp. There are 20 that are 30 amp only. We also check because most sites are pull-through sites, but there are some, such as the ones around the river, or around the lake, which obviously would not be pull-through because you'd end up in the lake. And the ones up by the store because you can't pull through there or you'd be into the store. After we've determined what type of site they want, we then go over to the computer and we pick on a site off of the computer and we go down and we click on the check-in button. Once we've done that, it brings up a screen that asks us how many days they want to stay. Members can stay for 14 days on a site. Then they must either leave or move. Non-members coming in may stay up to 7 days. Then they must leave. It's not a move situation for them. They must leave. They can come back one more time a year and spend another 7 days with us. We have a lot of coast-to-coast and passport people that come through, and they will be here for just a night or maybe 2 nights just to get off the road for the evening. Then from there we go over to the sales screen. Now that we know how many nights they're going to be there, we go over to the sales screen, and since we know what type of guest they are, it determines how much they're going to pay. A Cuttys member will have 30 days at $1 a day. After that, I must answer the phone. Hi, I'm back. Before we were interrupted by a customer going through, I had another customer who actually was checking in. This one was one of our members, and he was still on his $1 a day thing, so he's going to be here for 8 days, which will get him out just after the Labor Day holiday, and he pays a total of $8 to stay here and take advantage of all of the different things that the resort has to offer. And as I'm looking up, I see another car coming up, so I must stop again. Just a moment. Some of the many activities that are available here at Cutty's campground are tennis, volleyball. Let's see, there's shuffleboard, There's miniature golf. There is horseshoes, basketball. We have different activities on the, and swimming, of course. We have 2 outdoor pools, a kiddie pool, and an indoor pool. There's also, in the clubhouse, there's also a sauna and a weight room. There are several laundry areas throughout the park. There's a store that has RV supplies, as well as some grocery items that you may need, like milk and eggs and bread and chips and hot dogs and those kind of things. And there's also a cafe, which has quite good food, actually, for such a small establishment. But they've got breakfast pizza. I'm looking at the menu. There's a breakfast pizza, scrambled platters, cinnamon roll. I've actually had people call, and the first thing they ask me isn't about camping at all. It's, do you still have those big cinnamon rolls? Yes, we still have those big cinnamon rolls. And they are made fresh every morning. And for those of you that miss the breakfast, they do wrap any leftovers, and they will also sell those. Although pardon me, I do have to admit that they are much better when they come fresh out of the oven and they put that icing on it and it just melts and it's really ooey and gooey and sticky. Anyway, beyond breakfast with biscuits and gravy, there are different pasta dishes. There's pizzas. There's a flat, I always mess this up and say flatbed. It's not a truck, it's a flatbread pizza. My wife likes that, which is veggies on it. I myself prefer the heavy, which means it has some of everything that they have in here. So a nice mixture of all the different meats and jalapeno peppers and pineapples and just everything. They also have onion rings and mushrooms and a walking taco and pretzels and french fries and cheese sticks. You can even get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, an Italian sausage sandwich. Now the loaded Italian sausage, that is served on a hoagie, and it is, I'm a big guy, and that's really too much even for me to eat at one sitting. Not that I haven't done it, but it really is too much. So there's a lot of stuff in here, burgers and chicken and things like that. And then they have ice cream. They've got soft serve ice cream and vanilla, chocolate, and twist. But they also have some thing that puts, I don't even know what they call it. I suppose it probably tells me here. No, a flavor burst. That puts an extra flavor around the edge of the ice cream cone as it goes in. And they've got all kinds of different butter pecan and cinnamon and cherry and who knows what all. Malts and blizzards. Not blizzards because, of course, that's a trademarked thing of Dairy Queen, but it would be a blizzard-like thing with cookies or candies mixed into it. So it's really good there. And I kind of got off the track with what I was talking about was all of the activities that were here, which was really what the point of this little segment was supposed to be. Fishing, of course. We have an 11-acre lake. I think I referred to that earlier. It is catch and release, so that we continue to have plenty of fish in there for people to catch. Frankly, I have eaten fish out of there, and they're quite good. So, besides that, our activity committee every weekend during the camping season has different themes, like a state fair theme with things like pets on parade, and state fair food and stuff on a stick. Then they'll have, they may have a cowboy weekend where it'll be different things like this. Just recently we had a pretty much a water-themed thing with a water gun shootout, a huge water slide. They actually made a huge water slide off of one of the hills over by our clubhouse. And that turned out really well, even though it was a rather chilly summer day. It was in the mid to low 70s that day and overcast, and the kids still had a ball getting all soaked and wet. And I see there's somebody coming up, so I need to go by. Okay, so that's how my day goes, is between answering the phone. I'm kind of the receptionist's receptionist. During the camping season, all calls come in through the fee booth, because frankly a lot of them are for the fee booth, and if they're not, then I transfer them either to the office or to the store. And then I'm up and down letting people through, because it is a gated community. They must check in here before they go in, even as a member, and they're coming in to make use of the facilities on a day basis. They must check through. Okay, I think I was still explaining the fees. So I said that a non-member guest pays, or a guest of a member pays a total of $22.20. That is the same amount that we charge Passport America, President's Club, etc., etc. The big change on that is if they are coming in and they're not a member of anything, but they need to get off the road, we do let them in, and the fee for that for overnight is $44.40. Coast-to-coast members can come in and stay. If they use their points, of course, then they don't pay anything, and not at the fee booth anyway. They also have the option of coming in and not using their points, but paying $10 a night. So we get a lot of that, where they're just coming in for the one night, and it's an unplanned stop, so they didn't pre-register it. They just come in and they pay the $10 and stay. Okay, that takes care of our normal fee usage. We also have some people that are coming in and they are not going to be staying, and so they want their unit put into storage. So our normal storage works out to $1 a day plus tax. But we also have those that want to bring their unit in and store it with electric power, because they've got stuff in the refrigerator, or they want to keep the air conditioner running or whatever while it's in storage. So we have a spot in our overflow that we will put them in there, and that's $3 a day. So I think that pretty much covers all of the different fees. There are, for non-members who have a non-sewer site and they want to use the dump station, there's a $10 charge for that. But other than that, everything else, once you get inside the gate, is free, except for your food and any purchases you actually make at the store. But to use any of the things like the miniature golf and the swimming and those type of things, that's all free once you're in. So it really is a very good deal.